appreciate you all for stopping through. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Sean put in there we were having technical issues. Like the last time we tried to use this format with Sean and I, it ended up making it like a black screen on his side, which we did this a million times before, and I have no clue. So tomorrow, Sean and I will try to work on it, and I'm going to try to get in touch with YouTube support and get that and see if we can maybe figure it out because I like to have my friend on, and we like to talk Steelers. So yeah, bummer, man. We tried, guys. Again, sorry. I have no clue why I did that. We'll get to the chat. If you're not watching now, you can watch it later. Appreciate you. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us here on the show. Let's dive in here to the chat. Miss Pittsburgh, what's up? Daniel Warman, Jason, I have no idea why Tomlin would even suggest a change at quarterback. I feel like they have put the handcuffs on Fields. Do you think it's personal between Tomlin and Justin? No, I don't think it's anything personal. I think we always knew that Russell would get some sort of chance or some sort of start. I just felt like, in my opinion, guys, my humble opinion is this: I think that we are just in a different um, dynamic now, and that's why I feel like the move might not be a good one. And it's not because of Russell Wilson. It's not because of anything with what I think he can or cannot do. That's not it. It's all about just what this team is in terms of dynamic, chemistry, where they're at. I understand you need more than 140 yards passing. I get that. I understand that Justin Fields has had his issues. He did last year, and he continues to have some of those. But yeah, it's just in a weird spot for me, and that's what's getting me. That's what's hanging me up here with this team. David Johnson, what's up, man? This is the worst. You are destroying our future. So Russ is our future at 36-year-old, a 25-year-old, and he got us to 4-2. Yeah, Kenny was 4-2 last year, but Mike Tomlin said today that it was a different dynamic, a different players, different things of that nature, to where the decision is just a little bit different. So yeah. Biz, what's up, man? Biz says Russ was always getting a start. Don't know why people are shocked. I don't. I think some may be shocked. I'm not shocked. I would say I'm not personally. What I'm thinking again was what I led there with at the beginning, that I feel like that there is a different dynamic now with this football team, a different complexity in terms of player personnel, in terms of the coaching staff and where they are in their progression, and just the whole big picture as a whole on why I wouldn't. I think that there's more check marks on the side of why I wouldn't as opposed to why I would switch to Russell Wilson. And again, guys, I hope that I'm dead wrong. I would love nothing more in this world that if Mike Tomlin does go ahead and start Russell Wilson this Sunday against the Jets, I would love nothing more in the world to be absolutely 1000% wrong. Nothing more would make me happy, because why? Because it benefits the Steelers team. That's all I'm looking for. That's my only concern whenever I'm out here watching it, is what benefits this team. I could care less about players and what they got going on. That don't matter to me. I'm a Steelers fan. I want this team to succeed. I want them to chase Lombardi trophies as a unit. That's what I'm worried about. So again, I hope I'm dead wrong in this situation. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button. Make sure you beat it up like you own it, and we truly appreciate that. Again, I apologize. I should have Sean on with me. We will try to get that technical issue sorted out. It was working fine when we were on StreamYard. And then we switched back here. This was going to be the first night that he was back on with me in this format. And yeah, it messed up. And I'm not sure what the problem is there, but we'll get it figured out. David, we did that. Biz, we did that. TD, what's up, man? Yes, let's go. Mafia. Yes, appreciate you all. Biz, not even a guarantee he's starting, LOL, but look at the backlash. All the diehard Tomlin fans are in rebellion, LOL. Yeah, I'm going to say this, Biz, and I'm going to reach out on the edge here, and this may not be a take some people want to hear, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to absolutely guarantee you that Russell Wilson will start this Sunday against the Jets. I will say it with pretty much absolute certainty that Russell Wilson will start against the Jets this Sunday, and I say that pretty confidently. And I'm not going to say why I feel why I feel that confident, but I really, really feel that confident that Russell Wilson will start against the Jets. We'll see what happens there. We'll see whether I'm right or wrong. Um, but I really, really, truly think that there's probably a 90% chance that that is the case because I think that the Steelers brought Russell Wilson in here to be the starter. That's the way they're going to go. Whether it be right or wrong, whether Jason agrees, whether you, the fan, disagree, or you are in agreement, it does not matter. It matters zero to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it matters zero to this situation. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. But you are right. The backlash is already started. And here's the thing, I think it's going to be a grave mistake because of chemistry and all the reasons that I listed earlier on my show that I did after the Mike Tomlin press conference. And we'll dive into a little bit more of that press conference also and some of the other issues and things concerning injuries and other issues that I've heard Mike Tomlin speak about today. But again, I think that once you get to a certain part of the season, some things you just don't mess with. Some things you just don't F with. And that this seems to be one of those situations for me. And I know a lot of people are riding Justin hard right now because he's not putting 300 yards up a game in terms of passing and things like that. But he did score 2 touchdowns on the ground and led a team to a 32 point win. They scored 32 points. Yes, they didn't win by 32, of course, but they scored 32 points. Isn't that what we all wanted? 30 points, averaging 25 points per game. That wins you ball games in the NFL in today's world, averaging 25 points a game, 24 points a game. I'm just saying, I just don't know if the dynamic of this football team is bad enough that you just make a switch at the most important position, individual position on the football team. I know the offensive line, the trenches are the most important foundation of any football team at any level, but the quarterback is the most individually important person on the football team. And it's going to be damned if you do, damned if you don't, if you're Mike Tomlin, because this could all blow up in his face, guys. This could become an absolute freaking disaster. Absolute disaster. Just say he does go with Russell Wilson this Sunday, and Russell comes out flat, and boy, he sucks it up, man. And the Steelers take a big out, and they get their ass whooped by a high-powered Jets offense right now. When you add Devontae Adams to it, well, then what? Then what? I'm just saying that then that decision was wrong. Even the people that are sitting here today saying, not Aaron, I'm not saying you guys in the chat. I'm just saying people out there in Steelers Nation that are sitting there today saying Russ should start. Russ needs to start. Change the quarterback situation now. They will be that Monday, the next morning, or after the game on the post game shows in the chats saying that Mike Tomlin should have never did it and he deserves to be fired. That's just where we live. That's the world we live in. I'm just saying that's what will happen. TD, let's go Mafia. We did Biz. Wave those terrible towels from his Pittsburgh. Biz, Pitt is undefeated, and Eli Holstein looks like the real deal. I pray the Steelers don't draft him in the second in 2 years' time. Yeah, I don't want to see another one either. Biz. Um, but yeah, Pitt Panthers 6-0 for the first time since I believe like 1984, 85, somewhere around there. So Pitt, yeah, 6-0 in the ACC, looking like they could potentially do some damage this season. Now they won't be a college football playoff team. I'm pretty sure of that. But it's a refreshing thing to see the Pitt Panthers and being led by quarterback Eli Holstein, doing really, really well. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Absolutely. Let's go. Share the best show in town. Appreciate that. Hold on. Let's keep going. Big Sean. I couldn't join the show, so I'll be moderating. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Sorry again, buddy. Biz. Wow, YouTube wouldn't let someone into a feed. Yeah. YouTube's idiots sometimes, man. Again, that's why I like to be on the StreamYard, but it really does hinder me, and not in a bad way in terms of production, not in a bad way in terms of user friendly abilities and things that I can do extra. But my channel to where it is right now, uh, it's just not the place for me right now, and I got to continue to build through this way because I just feel like it's better for us as a channel and as a community. So make sure you're hitting that like button for us, guys. We're over 30 live consecutive viewers, so let's make sure we're hitting the shit out of that like button for us. Send us out into that YouTube algorithm. I'd really truly appreciate it. Let's get back to the chat. John Broadway downtown. Tomlin just doesn't know how to develop a young quarterback. That is the issue. Um, he hasn't proven that he can just yet. That's for sure. He's had a couple of them. One being Mason Rudolph, one being Kenny Pickett. Young quarterbacks that were new to the league. Mason Rudolph, I felt like did hit his development stride, but they weren't willing to do business with him anymore. And I don't know if that was the correct move to make. I thought you had an in-house guy that you could have paid a relatively decent salary to, and you could have kept him under center and kept that continuity. And I think you could have done some really big things with Mason Rudolph behind center. But that isn't the path that the Steelers chose. And we find ourselves in this situation now with Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Now, I do think Justin Fields and Russell Wilson are damn good at what they do. I just feel like we got to figure out which one's going to be the best course of action here for the Steelers. But I can guarantee you, I think Russell Wilson will get a start here this Sunday with a 4-2 football team. Hasn't played all regular season, and I don't know if it's the right move. I do not know. Rich Kuzma, what's up? This will crush Fields' mind and confidence. Tomlin's an ass. It does. I think that is part of the dynamic that is being destroyed here, guys. And I don't like that. I just feel like sometimes you ride with the hand that got you to where you are and you kind of live and die by that sword. And I understand why people may want to turn to Russell Wilson. I understand that. I get that. But I think that there is a dynamic in Justin Fields' favor to where he has got this football team to 4-2. I have seen improvement. Yes, I've seen regression too, but then I've seen improvement. I've seen him do things that, he shouldn't have done, but I've seen things that wow you sometimes. And that's part of the issue sometimes with Justin Fields. And again, I have not seen Russell Wilson, so I don't know. I can't give you a real accurate assessment of his play in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. Thank you. Wellington, Danny George, that move tumbling made was not good. Tumbling. I don't know. The stupid stream is up on your great stream. I'm not sure what that meant, buddy. Biz, I think based on the way that Tomlin has handled previous quarterback situations, this is not surprising. Uh, Russ may not even start. It could all be smoke and being blown up. Then you know what? Yeah, blown up. Oh, I get you. I get you, Biz. I see it. Yeah, it could be. I'm gonna go here though, guys, and I'm going to give you almost a guarantee that you do see Russell Wilson this weekend. You can take that to the bank. Mark Malone, man, I don't think Wilson could be less productive than Fields. No, I don't think so either. The only part of this game that I think that Russell Wilson will lack in is the legs. And sometimes maybe in this situation with how this Steelers offense is right now in terms of the offensive line, in terms of the way it's positioned, you need those legs sometimes. And Justin Fields did keep drives alive with his legs, did score touchdowns with his legs, putting up points and helping contribute to that 32-point total. Now, maybe Russell wouldn't have missed Calvin Austin in the end zone for an easy score. Maybe Russell Wilson wouldn't have stepped over the line of scrimmage and was able to hit a player down the field. Maybe the opposing teams don't load the box up as much anymore because they expect you to run, run, run. They got to respect Russell a little bit more in terms of his ability to push the ball down the field. Maybe Justin could have had a little bit more touch at times and not miss some of those throws. Maybe the wide receiver room all of a sudden becomes more involved with Russell Wilson in the game. All variables that none of us, not one of us, not Jason, not you, none of us know. None of us know. We can all act like we know, but we don't truly know what's going to happen until the product's put out there. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Wave that terrible towel. John Broadway, yes, team first. And Tomlin isn't really showing this. Mark Malone, yeah, it sure sounded like Tomlin was saying it. Yeah. And guys, again, I'm going to continue to say this. I think it's going to happen. And uh, I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough decision for Mike Tomlin, and that I think he's already made. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us as we continue to dive through the chat here on Steel City Live. One of the few shows I feel like your voice gets heard in a major way. So make sure you are putting your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the live chat as we are diving into week 7 here as the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to head into prime time yet again to take on the New York Jets led by Aaron Rodgers and newly acquired wide receiver Devontae Adams. Let's get back to the chat with DJ Thomas. I'm a huge Russ fan, wanted him in Pittsburgh before the Denver deal, but now is not the time for Russ. Trust in Justin. There's another vote for Justin Biz. Russ gets half. LOL, the city implodes. Fields comes back out because there's no offensive line. Yeah, that could happen very easily. Absolutely. Definitely. Mark Malone, man, I haven't seen any chemistry yet. Uh, I'm gonna disagree. I've seen chemistry. It's just not been consistent chemistry. You know what I mean? You've not seen that consistent play, and I know that's part of team chemistry, no doubt that consistency. But I've definitely seen moments. I'm not going to forget about the San Diego Charger game where I saw Justin Fields able to push the ball down the field, hitting big pass plays, getting points on the board for the Steelers. I'm not going to forget about that game. I'm not going to forget about some of the throws that he's made. I'm not going to forget about some of the runs that he's made. And the biggest part of this whole equation is I'm not going to forget about the 4-2 record that Justin Fields has led this football team to currently as it sits. Everybody wants to say the quarterback position is the most important position on the field. But when it comes time to giving some of these guys credit for some of those accolades and some of those achievements that's been hit throughout the season, we want to say it's not the quarterback that did it, but we'll blame them for every other bad thing that goes on. So maybe, yeah, it is what it is, guys. But we'll continue to monitor the situation as it unfolds in front of our eyes. Russ, what's up, man? I think Justin will start, not Russ. I don't care either way. All I care about is the Pittsburgh Steelers improving to 5-2. That's all I give two shits about, and I think that's all you as a Steelers fan should give two shits about. And hopefully, whoever plays gives them that chance. I hope to God that happens. But let's talk about some of the injuries that are on that defensive side of the football, on that offensive side of the football, and you may get a couple of those players back, one being Alex Highsmith, one being Patterson. Maybe you're not ruling him out yet. Maybe you see more of Roman Wilson now that you've started to see him being sprinkled in Las Vegas with minimal reps. Here's the other thing, guys, too, before I even forget that just came into my head. If the Pittsburgh Steelers can just squeak by here and beat these New York teams and get that 6-2 record before the bye week, I think that they could be really healthy coming out of that bye. I think you'll be getting Herbig back on the defensive side of the football. You'll be getting Zach Frazier back on the offensive side of the football. I really think you could potentially, I believe, maybe even getting Corey Trice back then. You being our Cam Sutton could be returning then, or will be returning then. There's going to be reinforcements coming, I believe, after the bye week. But we got to get to that point. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, you got to get to that point, and definitely could be really a really good thing if the Steelers can squeak out these last 2 wins that they need. I definitely think they get one against the Giants. This Jets game is going to be a tall task. The Jets last night should have beat the Buffalo Bills, in my opinion, but the referees didn't allow that to happen. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is a little hard sometimes with some of his media comments about even players on his football team, things of that nature. Maybe there's that weird dynamic going on there. The head coach is now out. The defensive coordinator has stepped up. He is now calling defense and the interim head coach. So yeah, maybe they got too many things working against them, and the Steelers can go in there and or gum away from that game with a win. in Pittsburgh. Also, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be wearing their throwback block number jerseys from the 70s, I believe. So the Pittsburgh Steelers will be wearing those, and I enjoy those jerseys. So that's something else you can look forward to. Not only a primetime football game, but some cool throwback unis that will be out there for the Steelers. DJ Thomas, also Russ would have retired if he got hit like Justin did. Think it was Indy game he got hit. Yeah, man. Justin's taking some smacks, man, but that's what you get with a running quarterback. And you know my feelings, guys, about a running quarterback. They don't win championships. They just don't. Not right now. Nobody's proven that they can. Yeah, and they take some major hits. And the concern is that they run a lot during the season, and potentially they could be injured coming out of that regular season to where they aren't as effective inside of the playoffs when it really matters. And you hear a lot of people talking about Mike Tomlin. He's got one of the best records in the NFL. That makes him one of the best coaches. Yeah, a regular season record. But what are people measured by in this league? What measures your success? That is Lombardi trophies. That is playoff victories. And frankly, Mike Tomlin's playoff record is absolute dog shit. Let's be honest. It's dog shit. Just saying. Sorry, I get off on that sometimes and go on a little rant, so I apologize. We're about 21 minutes in. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button. I need to see those likes start and go up. I truly appreciate that here on Steel City Live, our daily live stream here on Mike Drop Sports. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you are subscribed to the channel as we continue to push toward that 4,000 subscriber goal. Only need a few hundred more, so let's make sure we hit that here in the next week. And I truly appreciate that. Let's continue with the chat. Mark Malone, yeah, but how many points were off turnovers? That's the name of the game. It's a team game, Mark. You know what I mean? So that doesn't bug me either way. Where those points come off of, where they start those drives. I get what you're saying. You're one those short fields. He's not having to drive the football. I think is what you're getting at. And yeah, I can't argue it. But it's a team game, and if the defense gets you the ball in short fields, you need to take advantage of that and get it in by any means necessary. Don't waste those opportunities. And again, guys, this is the ultimate team game. And I believe sometimes there's a little bit too much focus on one particular player being the quarterback position. I feel like sometimes we overemphasize how important it is. I know it's important, but sometimes I feel like we go a little bit overboard with it. But yeah, Justin Fields, though, on the other hand, a guy that has been turnover prone his whole career, definitely hasn't turned the ball over a ton. Yeah, he's fumbled it around and shit, but how many turnovers does he have? One? I'm just saying. DJ Thomas, also Russ, we did that. Hold on, let me get back to this. Lost where I was at. KJ, Steel Star, Justin Fields. Sean says, hey, Mark Malone. People been asking, hey, yeah, I'm glad Mark's back. Rich Kuzma, what's up, Russ? Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get back to where I was here, man. Damn, man, my chat went crazy. Damn. All right, now I'm caught back up. Keith Richard, after he gets sacked 8 times, bring back the youngin. Hey, that might be the plan for old one Mikey T. Mark Malone, I'm not sure he could come out any more flat. I don't like either quarterback personally. Yeah, you don't want to see that flat initial performance in any game, man. It really puts a real damper on your day, and it's hard to get out of that rut once you're in it. Downtown show on Broadway. If so, that Tomlin does this. And if Russell Wilson gets hurt or worse, Justin, it'll make more questionable questions, and Tomlin will resort to his word dancing. That's what he always does. Any good liar does that. Just saying. Russ, hey Rich, we did that. Danny George, hey Russ. DJ Thomas, Raiders said, in your face, Steelers, that Adams trade was done before Sunday's game. LOL. Sean says, Justin Fields currently has 10 TDs and 1 pick in 6 games. Patrick Mahomes currently has 6 TDs and 6 picks. I think Kenny Pickett had 13 TDs in 2 years. Yeah, all stats that need to be brought up. Absolutely, Sean. Good statistics there, no doubt about that. Russ, Daniel, and TD, how you doing? We did that. Biz, Sean, he's had a ton of drop picks. I'm just worried about his decision making. Yeah, yeah. You always question that, man, with somebody that's been a little bit shaky and had turnover problems. You always are nervous. You're always questioning, is he making the right decisions? Mark Malone and could have passed for 300 yards a game. Yeah, maybe. Hi, Davey. Matt Burton. Rudolph was dying to get out of Pittsburgh. He may very well been, but he got himself careful sometimes what you wish for because they won't play him for any damn thing down there in Tennessee, no matter how bad Will Levis is. And here's another real fact is the Tennessee coach was out there today talking about, oh, we're in these one-score games. We just haven't been able to put it together. Maybe switch up the quarterback. Who knows? Mm-mm-mm. Daniel Warman and John Broadway, I totally agree with you, sir. Replacing Fields would be replacing Burrow with Danny DeVito. I would go with Justin or both in the backfield. Let defense figure out who gets the ball. Uh, I'm not into the gimmick stuff, man. I see where you're coming from, Russ. Definitely. You want to add that dynamic of surprise. You want to add that dynamic of being versatile in different ways and being able to have a little trickery. I'm not about tricks, I'm always about lining it up and getting it done. Now, I'm not opposed to having a trick play or two in there. But you've heard a lot of people talking about, play both quarterbacks, do this, do that. I, that's not how you win championships. You don't win championships by doing gimmicky stuff. That's just not how it gets done. Um, Championship football teams get up there and they knock the shit out of you. That's what they do. And they know what they're doing when they get up to the line of scrimmage. They're very crisp in their preparation. They are very knowledgeable on what is being presented in front of them in terms of defensive schemes. They study each and every week. They have each other's back. They have a tried and true guy at the quarterback position, a guy they trust to get them the ball. They have an offensive line that goes to war each and every week. The defense is stout. That's the winning formula, not gimmicks. Miss Pittsburgh, he's definitely going to start. Hell, he was saying a little bit pizzas in his press conference today. He's definitely going to start him. Oh yeah, he's definitely saying pieces about it. He's definitely starting him, guys. You can take it to the bank and tell everybody you know. I don't care. Jason's saying from Mike Drop Sports that Russ will start. Russ is going to start. I can guarantee it. I just know it. I know it. Trust it. Um, Daniel Warman, hey Russ, bless you, my friend. Mark Malone, I think that's it. Wilson will make him pay for loading the box, and I hope so. And I hope so. And I hope that that is the way this all unfolds. If that ends up being the case, he gets the start. I hope that is how it unfolds. That man, they can't just play the Steelers up tight because they're going to run it all the time. But then again, my friends, what makes you or I or anybody else in this world think for 1 second that the Steelers will change a game plan? Who thinks for 1 second, just because you put Russell Wilson behind center, all of a sudden you're going to push the ball down the field and not do the same old Mike Tomlin ball type shit? Who's to say that that happens? And then you put a run or a quarterback in there that is far less versatile in the ultra conservative game plan that's already in place. And now you're three and out, three and out, three and out. And you're putting a defense that's already beat up back onto the field over and over and over again. Because now, instead of getting some of those yards and some of those drives extended by the legs of Justin Fields, now Russ is just taking those sacks and you're three and out, three and out. Who's to say Mike Tomlin or Arthur Smith in this situation are going to change the game plan up just because Russell Wilson's in there? None of us can answer that question either. None of us. But it's all definitely very interesting, isn't it? It's all very interesting to see what will happen. All right, guys, we're 30 minutes in and those likes are looking sorry. Let's get that like button hit here. If you have three little white dots up in the right hand corner of your screen, hit that and you can get that drop down box and hit that like button. If not, double tap your screen. That'll like the video or like the stream and send it through the YouTube algorithm. I truly, truly appreciate all of your help here with our channel here on Mike Drop Sports. I truly appreciate that. I am Jason. We are here with our daily live stream that we like to call Steel City Live. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Let's get back to the chat. Wave that towel for Miss Pittsburgh, Rich Kuzma. Peace up to Russ. Hey, Mark Malone, we did that. KJ Lives, Steel Star, Justin Fields, Mark Malone. Beer Malls. Is this 100% verified yet, folks? The quarterback change? No. This is Jason Beer Malls saying that it will be a done deal, my friend. It hasn't been verified, but Mike Tomlin said today it's basically an open possibility because you know what? We like to look at all our guys and we like to see what everybody can do. That's bullshit too. That's lip service too. You sat there last season, Mike Tomlin, and you watched Mitchell Trubisky and Kenny Pickett stink the damn joint up, not being able to move the football, leaning on your damn defense the whole year, got them killed to where you were picking up people off the couch by the end of the season to play because you were too damn stubborn to put the guy in there that was the best choice for the job, and that was Mason Rudolph. And that's a fact, Jack. So I don't want to hear about, oh, we've got to get a good look at everybody in our building. We want to see what everybody can do. That's such bullshit lip service, man. I don't like liars. And to be quite honest with you, as Mike Tomlin would say, come on. Come on. I don't buy it for one damn minute. He knows who he's starting. He's bullshitting every one of you. And he said it soon as the Russell Wilson and Justin Fields thing got brought up, the first thing out of his mouth was, to be quite honest with you, the telltale sign you're a damn liar. Just saying. Shiley Colley, go Steelers, go 90. Mark Malone, man, injuries have been kicking our ass. Yeah, it's been tough. Definitely, Mark. It's been crazy, abnormal amount of injuries in my eyes. But we dealt with this last year, too. And the defense, man, already beat the shit up. That's not a good sign. And the offensive line injuries, too. John Broadway, what if this was Tomlin's plan to play Russell Wilson at this stage of the season? He ain't that smart. I hate to break it all to you. He ain't that smart. Here's my theory. He used the Russell Wilson injury to shield him for a while and allowed Justin to play. He had every intention of starting Russell Wilson from the start of the season, and that's okay. But don't come out here throwing a bunch of lip service. Just say, look, dude, get up there in front of the media and say, look, I want to see what Russ got. I want to see what Russell Wilson has. I want to be able to evaluate them both in real game action because I'm not looking at the here and now. I'm looking at the future of this franchise, and I want to know what I have in both of these guys before I proceed any further. Be honest, you know? I just don't like it when the fan base is lied to. The fan base pays the bills, baby. Oh, all right. I'm off that soapbox, guys. But let's get those likes up. Let's get up over 20 here. Thank you. Downtown John Broadway, we did his. Mark Malone Fields is near that fourth to sixth round breaking point. He's near a breaking point, all right. And this is a do or die situation for old Jussie. Justin Fields, Matt Burton Tomlin was never an X's and O's guy. He's not an offensive X and O's guy. And you in today's league, again, guys, you can't lean on a defense so hard like he does, man. It's one thing to really love defense and have a good defense. I value that. I value it a great deal. But man, this is a scoring league. The rules are tailored away from the defense. Why in the world do you put everything you got, every ounce of energy into a defense when that isn't what drives you in this league right now? What drives you is scoring offense, putting up big numbers of points. And if you are a smart enough coach that you are able to have a very serviceable defense that can get stops, that can do the things necessary to keep you in ball games, but yet be able to put out an offense that can score some damn points, you're going to win championships. You're going to be a winner, man, in this league. And I know his regular season record, but the playoff record sucks ass. You know, when the good teams play. You know what I mean? when the good teams are all only playing. That means the playoffs, the postseason. That's when Mike Tomlin doesn't do good. That's when the good coaches are coaching. The good teams, they're playing, and he don't win. Just saying. Oh, DJ Thomas. Surely the Steelers are benching him because of the draft pick to the Bears, are they? No, I still think Fields plays over 51%, and I don't know how much a sixth and a fourth really matter, honestly. The Steelers never have a fourth round pick, I feel like. They always trade it away. Good to see you back, Mark. Everybody loves you, Mark. I'm happy about that. Let me get back to this. Damn. I didn't think I missed that many. It's all right, Mark. Gunner reacts 21. I'm back up. I'm back. What's up? What's up, Gunner? Kettrick Holmes just joined. Justin is doing fine. Tomlin is doing this to keep teams guessing, and you don't need to name an official starter when you have two great quarterbacks. There will be packages for Russ and Justin Fields. Yeah, if you want to play gimmicky football and packages for this guy, packages for that guy, and that's what you want to promote as the head coach, you're not going to win championships, period. Gimmick bullshit don't work. I'm sorry, guys. It's been done to death in this league, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't. Name one team that's won a Super Bowl doing gimmicky bullshit like that. Putting one package in for a guy, one package in. I'm not dogging your shit, Holmes. I'm not dogging you. I'm just saying it just doesn't work in this league. It just doesn't. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's an embarrassment to your franchise to become so gimmicky like that, to lean on that type of play. That's such an insult to a storied franchise, in my opinion. I think Wilson gets the nod. I agree. Beer Malls, the trick play we tried versus the Raiders bombed. Yeah, that's why gimmicky stuff isn't something you use all the time. It's something that you use very, very seldom. It's never been done that way, but can be if we prepare and keeps playing ball the way we are. We can play them both and win. I'll respectfully disagree, Kettrick. I've just never seen gimmicky bullshit win. I don't think that all of a sudden it's going to just be some miraculous thing that the Steelers all of a sudden invent. I just don't think so. Respectfully, I just think that that's something that you're barking up a tree that you don't want to bark up, and you're creating a controversy and a turmoil and a disruption in chemistry on this football team that isn't or that shouldn't be part of a storied franchise such as the Steelers. And it's time to get back to what really wins. And that is solid quarterback play, steady, consistent quarterback play, offense that can put up 24 to 25 points a game on average, and a defense that can come up with timely stops. That's what wins. Good special teams on top of that. That's what wins, guys. It's a very simple formula. It's the only formula that has ever won in the NFL. And that is the truth. And yes, Justin can't just be a running quarterback, because running quarterbacks don't win championships either. You need a guy that can get back there and pass from the pocket, but yet have some wheels. That's the perfect guy. But can you find them both in one player? That's the question. Very true. Gunner reacts 21. Hopefully Russ plays like Seattle Russ. Yeah, that's what you got to hope for, Gunner. No doubt. Mark Malone, that'd be real stiffy killer. John Broadway, LOL, damn Skippy Grandmaster J, Donald Miller. What's up? I really don't think they should put Russ in. Just keep Fields in, to be honest. What's up, Tyler? Not much. Good over this way. Hope you're well. Mark Malone, God, this offense has been terrible for so long. It's been like being in purgatory. It has been. And again, Mark, I pose this question. What has been the one common denominator over the last decade? And I don't want to hear quarterbacks, guys, because you had Ben Roethlisberger. Yes, he was in toward the back part of his career, but all of that wasn't in the back part of his career. What has been the one common factor, the one common denominator in the Steelers' offensive woes? There's only one answer that glares off the page at you if you look at it. I stay with Fields. That's from Russ. Gunner reacts 21. Harris was bombing the ball. Ugh, sorry. Was bombing the ball versus the Raiders. Yeah, he was rocking it, man. He was doing good. He had a very good game. Sidney Wilson, do not put Russ in. Got to tighten up the O-line and get Justin to settle down some on the throws. Yeah, and I agree. I just think that Justin has deserved. Justin has played himself into keeping this team. Uh, that's just my opinion. And I may be wrong too, guys. I just feel like that when you were 4-2, you've showed signs that you can do some things that are special. I just feel like you got to stay with some of the things that got you to where you are. That's just my opinion. Rizzo, does Wilson have to play 60% or some shit, or Pick got to give up a pick? A fourth? No, 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 no. Nothing with Russ. Russ was just picked up, man. They got him on a vet minimum while the Denver Broncos released him. They pay him $38 million a year. The Steelers pay him roughly, I think, like 1.5, 1.7, some dumb shit like that in total, giving Russ almost a $40 million salary for this year, where the Steelers barely fork under $2 million for it. But they give up no draft compensation of any sort for any type of play of Russell Wilson or anything like that. Yes, it's a fourth for Fields, 51%. Yes, you're right, Biz. 51%. If Justin Fields plays 51% of the snaps for the Pittsburgh Steelers under center, they will relinquish a fourth round pick to the Chicago Bears. If he plays under 51%, they only give up sixth round pick compensation. That is how that works. And are the Steelers that desperate to save a couple rounds on their draft pick that they pay the Bears to bench Justin Fields? Maybe. Maybe that's what they're worried about. Maybe. You're welcome, Rizzo. John Broadway, Grandmaster Jay. You should use that passionate rant as a short to promote this channel. Drop Mike Sports. Mob rules. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I think the 80s 49ers did with Joe Montana. Did what, buddy? Like gimmicky stuff? I'm not sure what you're talking about downtown. Rich Kuzma, strange how head coaches want commitment, but don't give it. Doing this to Justin. True, true, man. True. Very, very true. I agree with that. That's definitely a good take on that, Rich. Oh, thank you, Biz. Biz with the super chat, my friends. Thank you, Biz. Appreciate it, my friend. Let me like it. And I don't understand why it's a team game this season and excusable, but excuse me, but last year it wasn't. What's the difference? I don't understand. I don't either. And that bothers me, Biz, and it bothers me a great deal. When with his comments today at that press conference, that bothered me a shit ton because it was a bold-faced lie because he let it off whenever he started into this bullshit with, to be quite honest with you. But when he led into that, and he started down that road of, we got to look at everybody. This is a team game. We want to see what every player on our roster can do. That's before we can make any decisions or commit to anybody. That was such bullshit because, again, just like you said there, you didn't do that last season. So, what was the difference between that group of quarterbacks as opposed to this group of quarterbacks? Just that they're different players? What does that mean? That was bullshit answer. They're different players? What do you mean they're different players? What are you freaking talking about? I don't understand the bullshit. And I don't know how people continue to prop this man up on a pedestal like he is freaking NFL Jesus. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. It fires me up. All right. Rich Kuzma, we did that. Biz, the 49ers didn't do it with two. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what you guys were referring to. I'm sorry. I'm kind of lost on that one. Let me get back here, bro. Gimmick plays barely work. I agree. I don't like gimmick stuff, man. I don't like gimmick stuff at all. Daniel Warman going back to work. Jason, thank you for your amazing channel. I just hope the Steelers don't overlook the Jets. You have the best followers, the most dedicated fans ever. Yeah, man, we do got some nice people in this joint. People that are super dedicated. Appreciate you being one of those, Daniel. Thank you so very, very much. But you guys here, man, on the channel, this community definitely is very loyal. I've actually gotten comments from other people that create content on YouTube, and they're like, "Man, you got like a loyal group of people, man. That's really cool, and they're really cool with each other." I've gotten more than one person has said that, so you all should be pretty proud of yourselves, the community that you built, not me, you. It all sucked after Haley left. Yeah, it seems like it, Mark, for sure. Coach T from Beer Malls. It's Tomlin from Sean. DJ Thomas, the Steelers did get a W in a Super Bowl. XL Randall to Ward for a TD. It was a nice gadget play. Yeah, but that's something too, DJ. And yeah, absolutely, that happened. But it was a once in a while type thing. It wasn't like in every freaking, we're going to put Russell and Justin in the backfield. And guess who gets it? We're not going to do that. Or you're not going to be playing gimmicky, gadgety plays every series, is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes it works, and it's good sometimes to come out and be, exciting like that. Daniel Rodriguez, Pittsburgh all day. That's right. Rizzo, okay, thanks, man. We did biz. Gunner reacts 21 Falcons trash can. They got Gunner. Uh, when we scored 6 field goals. Yeah, I don't like the 6 field goal games. I don't like those games. Those piss me off more than anything, man. I love balls. I love to see him bomb a 50 plus. I love to see that. But man, dude, I hate freaking 12 field goal games. 6 field goal games. You know what I mean? I hate that. Beer Malls also. I've also heard rumors of testing Russ before the trade deadline. I'm serious. That could be. I won't disagree. I won't say that that's not a possibility because that definitely could be. But yeah, rumors start, and there's always some truth behind rumors. So that may very well be, but you never know what is exactly going on behind closed doors. None of us know. James Bauman, Tomlin says a lot without saying anything. True, true, my friend. Beer Mall's big business dropping it. Yes, thank you, Big Biz. Tomlin never makes any sense. I love to call attention to it. LOL. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how some people are like, yeah, he uses great vocabulary. He's got a lot of big words, and he attempts to use them all in the correct context most of the time. And his vocabulary definitely is vast. I'll give it to the man. He definitely knows some words. He must study the thesaurus every night before he goes to bed because he definitely has a good vocabulary. But yeah, make it make sense to you sometimes because it don't make sense to me most of the time. But maybe I'm just that dumb. I don't know. All right, guys, we are about 47 minutes in. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the views. Thank you so much for keeping us up in this consistent consecutive viewer rate. I love that. I truly appreciate it. So make sure you share, like, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We'd love to have you as part of the Mic Drop Mafia here at Mic Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason, and we are here on the live show, Steel City Live. Let's continue through the live chat as we always do. Matt Burton, Tomlin knows he screwed up last year with the quarterback room. I feel like he screwed it up in a major way, and that's why I went into this season, like many others, and questioned Tomlin's ability to correctly manage the roster. And I know I've had a lot of backlash about that, and I get told all the time, "You don't know what you're talking about. All you do is bash Tomlin." No, I just talk the truth, and the truth is the truth. And I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to sit here and make lies up to you and say how great he is and sit here and pad and talk about how great a record of non-consecutive losing streaks in the regular season when you've sat here as a Steeler fan and haven't witnessed a playoff win in a ton of time, a decade. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. And if people want to say, "Oh, you're a Steelers fan and you're spoiled," tell them to kiss your ass. Yeah, I want to be a winner. Tell them you want to be a winner. It's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy how some people think. Absolutely freaking crazy. I don't understand the mentality of a loser and why people want to have that. I don't get it. I don't understand why people want to freaking pad this statistic up of Tomlin's and act like it's something that's so great. It's not. You don't see John Harbaugh and those guys losing a ton in the regular season either. But they're in the playoffs and they're winning games here and there at least. I'm just saying, at least get a damn playoff win here and there. Keep the fan base interested somewhat. Rich Kuzma. Tomlin has no coaching ability at all. He had a shit ton of talent with Ben and all but only one Super Bowl win. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chicken dog. Tomlin should have been asked to step down a few years ago. Just my opinion. Possibly could be accurate on that, chicken dog. Downtown. What would help this channel is if we could hit the like for each of us two alongside comments. And yes, hit that thumbs up button. I don't know if you can like comments. I don't think you can. That would be cool if you could do that. It might help, actually. I never thought of that. LOL, we're just bored. Gunner Reacts 21, we look better, but somehow we ended up with the same record in 5 games. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, Tom. Hit that thumbs up button, people. Beer Moss Tomlin is a horrible coach. I think he is starting to understand the NFL is a business. Rich Kuzma, I think a rule change of inside the 20, no field goals. That'd be sick. That promotes some crazy shit. Mark Maloney studied Jesse Jackson. Sidney Wilson, we should trade Russ for another receiver and give Roman Wilson a shot. They started to, Sidney. I think you'll start to see him a little bit more sprinkled in here shortly, hopefully. Mark Malone and OJ's lawyer, Gunner 21. Uh, yeah. Sorry, I can't see what your first word is there or pronounce it. I don't know why, if I'm just being stupid, that Chris Boswell wins MVP. I love Chris Boswell, dude. He does. He keeps the Steelers afloat, my friends. Great. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Wave that terrible towel. Mike is the best coach in the NFL, but he never makes sense. Mark Malone, we've been raped in the playoffs, too. Yeah, we've lost badly. They've been embarrassing Mike Tomlin playoff losses, too, guys. Embarrassing. Mark Malone, we've been raped in the playoffs too. We lost to Beverly. We did that. Rich, LO Tomlin leads the league in participation trophies. Yeah, this ain't soccer. This ain't soccer. You're not getting a juice box and a freaking bag of oranges whenever we're done. And hanging out and singing Kumbaya in the middle of the field and everybody gets a medal. This ain't that. That's not what this is. This is a beast sport. This is a tough man sport. It's just what it is. It's a gladiator sport. Don't make it something and it's not. Like every time for 10 years, absolutely. Generation of participation. Yeah, we have bred a generation of participation trophies and soft ass kids, man. Beer Malls, yeah, Coach T, a little too late. DJ Thomas, would you bench Lamar Jackson if he was 4-2? 10 TDs, 1 interception, 2 L's were field goal losses. Good question, DJ. And I can tell you the answer would be a resounding freaking no across the whole league. They'd want to crown his ass as the MVP. Guaranteed. Simple facts. Guaranteed. You put those same numbers on Lamar, those same damn numbers, same damn record, and they're calling him the MVP. Period. Hands down. Right now, if the season ended today, Lamar Jackson had those numbers right there, he would be the MVP of the league. Guarantee you. James Bauman, Tomlin channels his inner Christopher Walken at his press conferences. Gunner Reacts 21. I would not like to be a Browns fan. Yeah, if that's not the most non-talked about story because it's just the Browns, huh? What a freaking implosion there. And they're going to continue to wheel Deshaun Watson out there no matter what. They're going to get their money's worth out of that pervert. Pittsburgh 4-1-2. So Big Ben holds no blame for any of those losses in the postseason, huh? What do you mean? It's a team's game. They all play. They all have some sort of yeah. What am I looking for? Some sort of participation in those losses. Yes, they are some sort of blame in those losses. Absolutely. But when you're the head man of a franchise and you're the leader, you're the head coach, where does the shit roll to? Where does the blame go to? Does it go all over everywhere else and you just get overlooked for your shortcomings? Because I don't think anybody's blamed Mike Tomlin for a damn thing. I think everybody wants to crown him as the greatest damn head coach there is. And he isn't better than Chuck Noll. Just saying. But everybody wants to say how great he is. I just don't get it. And I'm not knocking what you're saying because I agree. Everybody has some part to blame in it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But damn, man, When does it fall on the guys that's in charge? When does it fall on his shoulders? When is it his turn to carry that blame? He's the one factor that's common in all of it, correct? I'm just asking. Mark Malone, Watson will be stroking it out on Pittsburgh. Wow, it's a team game. You blame mainly the coach. No, I blame the head man, and I don't blame him for everything constantly, but I'm giving him his credit and I'm giving him his blame. I'm not a Mike Tomlin apologist. I'm not gonna sit here and appease the fans that want to worship Mike Tomlin just to make them happy. That's not what I do. I tell you the truth, and Mike Tomlin's playoff record is absolute dog shit. It's dog shit. You haven't had a playoff win in how long? You haven't been competitive truly in how long? When are the good teams playing? When are the teams that are actually meaningful games? When are those meaningful games happening? In the playoffs, and Mike ain't there. None of his teams are. And he's the one common factor. We've changed quarterbacks, we've changed coordinators, we've changed every damn thing, the coaching staff. But what's the common factor? And why is it still bad? Why can't he receive the blame? I just don't get it. The GM always gets blamed. But how can you blame Omar Khan right now when the man's been there a season and a half? A season and a half as general manager. Mike Tomlin has been there for almost 2 damn decades. Let's make sense of it. Make sense. You got to make sense of it, bro. I agree. I'm not dogging you. I'm not even yelling at you. That's not, I'm just animated when I talk. It's not like that. So don't try to think I'm like going hard on you or something because I'm not. Yeah, P. Diddy's going to be the quarterback next in Cleveland, Mark. Browns give tons of money to the worst quarterback. Absolutely. I agree. He deserves some of the blame, Coach T. Yeah, well, when you're the head guy, you're going to shelter more than some. It's just a way to, then don't be the head coach. Don't be the head guy in charge. Don't shelter or don't shoulder that burden. Don't shoulder that responsibility if you can't be man enough to walk with that weight on your shoulders. When you can't be man enough to come up with the solutions in order to get this ship righted one time out of 2 damn decades, it feels like. I know he won a Super Bowl with Bill Cowher's players. I understand that. I know he went to another with mostly Bill Cowher's players. Never has really competed really truly at a high level with rosters that he's built. I understand all that. But man, you got to shoulder some of the blame sometimes. And when there is one common denominator, the math doesn't add up, man. If there's one common factor in the math equation, that is always the one number that you need to get the hell out of there because it's the one causing you the issues. Just saying. The buck stops. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm just saying that because he is definitely he's the head guy, you know? Tomlin has the worst playoff record. Yes, he does. I will give you this. His teams play to his identity, not Khan. I just can't blame a lot on Omar right now, man, because he's just not been there long enough. You know what I mean? I need to see a couple more years. I'm not on the bandwagon of firing GMs and coaches, within the first 3 years if they don't win you a Super Bowl like some of these franchises do. I'm more along the lines of, hey, give them 5, 6, 7 years. I'm all on that. I think that's the way it should be handled. Now, I think the Steelers take it to the other extreme sometimes and roll with loyalty more, more than anything, as opposed to what's staring you right in front of the face and you're not getting the results that are needed. What's up, Nathaniel? Rizzo, love the passion. Thanks, man. No, I just get animated. I just didn't want you to think that I was like being a dick or something. Thank you, Sean. You're only as good as your leader. Beer Malls, Coach T, Gunner Reacts 21. We do not want our quarterbacks looking over their shoulder every game. Yeah, I don't like that factor either, Gunner. I don't like that for any quarterback situation. I don't want to see, looking over their shoulder shit. That bothers me. I don't know how you get settled in whenever that is the case. Tomlin's party's over. Isn't that a song? All right, guys, I got to wrap it up. I've been on the freaking soapbox too long tonight. I appreciate the turnout. I appreciate the consecutive viewership. I didn't even get to all the shit that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk a lot about Alex Highsmith, Zach Frazier, Amari Cooper to the Bills. That's a big one from the Browns. Devontae Adams to the Jets. That's a big one. We didn't get to cover all that stuff, but again, I appreciate talking to all you guys. I'm going to jump off there. If I didn't get to your chat questions, I apologize, but bring them back in tomorrow as we will be returning with Steel City Live. Hopefully, maybe we can get Sean on this week and get him back in the saddle and fix this issue with YouTube. I'm going to be on the horn with them tonight, well, emailing and trying to get to their customer service representation, which is a pain in the ass. So I'm going to try to get that done and taken care of so we can try to fix this situation because I got to have Sean back on. I enjoy talking with Sean and having somebody else that can talk with me because, man, it wears me out when I talk for an hour by myself. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get that all fixed. Don't forget to check us out every morning for our daily upload. Sometimes it's out a little later. And I like today, waiting till after the Tomlin Tuesday press conference before I went out and did the morning upload or the daily upload because I felt like that's something that needs to be talked about each week during the regular season and the playoffs if they can get some help to back into playoffs now. But anyway, yeah. So I think that that's something we'll do on Tuesdays. And again, make sure you check us out. I'll try to have it out as early tomorrow morning as possible, maybe like 6:30, 7 o'clock, hopefully. See if I can squeeze one in then. So we'll get it done, my friends. But until then, this is Mike Drop Sports. We appreciate you so much. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow, man. I'm Jason. Peace. Thank you, guys.